Stack Nation, Crypto Warriors.
Champions.
Happy Monday to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Let's turn that one down.
Yes, sir.
Hope everyone is starting off with a spectacular week. Okay. Today we're going to be looking at some Bitcoin TA, of course, because who doesn't love some Bitcoin TA? It is what we do. It is what we do. Absolutely incredible. And then we're going to jump into the show. But this time around, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing it a bit different, right? At least for today. You see, we want to just be able to chat with the community, learn more from you, and of course, for you all to ask any questions that you guys have. Maybe you want to know the Stack Crew more, any questions, or if you just have questions about various things, we can look at it as well and give you our take on it. We think that this is very important because if we're going to be providing value, as we continue to provide value, right, to the crypto community, to the BK community, the crypto warriors, the Stack Nation, right, we do it for you guys. We want to make sure that we are in alignment, engaged from the soul and above. What do you think?
Yeah. Plus, we're gonna talk about one of the viewers' feedback.
Yes. Oh, yes. We did have a bit of a comment as well, which we're going to be responding to, right? So let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Just give us a thumbs up in the chat if all is sounding good so far. Let's see there. All righty, there we go. So this morning, okay, let's pull up the charts here. Bitcoin is currently trading at $40,975. What was that one?
Yep. So I was actually looking at the TA. I've been looking at the TA all weekend. I think something is off. It's been off since this freaking Bitcoin spot ETF. I don't think we're playing with traders here, man. I think we're playing with our goals. Because pattern and trend after trend, each time Bitcoin has tried to break out of resistance, that becomes a major hammer down, a big sell volume. So it's just been this trend of a downward H so far. And I'm not sure once that person or whoever the algo manager is going to release this downward trend. But someone is trying to buy the dip or create a deeper dip to buy cheaper. That is all I see right here. We have to break out of this pattern. Right now we have a falling wedge, and that wedge is not falling at all. It's not stopping. It's constantly falling further down as it tries to break back up. It's attempted multiple times to break out. Break out, but once it reaches like 41,000, 42,000, it gets knocked back down.
What time frame are you looking at?
I'm currently looking at the 1 hour chart, but it's also showing on the 1 day on the 1 day chart as well.
That's interesting. I mean, I think this is it's still a downward trend. If you look at this thing, we're still trending downward.
It's since that freaking Bitcoin ETF, it's been a falling H. Look at the pattern; it's a H. The Bitcoin ETF is this guy right here,
right? The big the green candle there.
No, there's actually another one. It's actually the further the other one
to the right. That one.
Okay.
Well,
the dragonfly.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's not necessarily I think
H.
Yeah, it's definitely some falling H's there. For me, looking at this price action, I think, trading view, man. We don't want to join for free.
We have our free our account. We should probably use our account.
Yeah, we definitely should, but the alerts keep going crazy once we do that. So yeah, all good. I think looking at this, ultimately, we know that there are many other factors in play, right? So, of course, this is what when we're talking when the traditional systems are involved in these things, we usually see these sort of unusual patterns. It reminds me of SPY, right? But the bottom line is still there. It's a buying opportunity, and I'm definitely actually not rushing for it to, in a rush for it to move up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, at this current moment, we're trying to break through some major resistance, and each time we might get another falling edge at the current moment as I'm looking at it.
Absolutely. There we go. Well,
so that's more buying opportunity from what I'm seeing right now. I don't think we're gonna break out.
There we go. All right, moving on here then. Should we check out this video before we proceed?
Sure. Let's go ahead.
All right. So, oh Lord, where do I have it? There we go. All right. So we did this video. We're speaking about the point of sale systems in Nigeria, and essentially capital control. And so we got a question from Brandon Smith. Right, and what Brandon Smith is asking is, please elaborate why you think this is very interesting. I'm going to play the video, and then that comment is going to make sense. Right. So
to pull out 10,000 naira, they will charge me 500 naira or maybe 700 naira.
I have to start that over.
So there's something called POS. Actually, I don't even know what the full meaning of POS is.
I mean, usually point of sale. I don't think in Nigeria it means point of sale.
It's a point of theft. It's so bad that you go to the bank to withdraw naira.
Yeah.
The bank doesn't have the naira. ATM does not have the naira. You put your card in, no money. You go in the bank tells you they can only give you 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira because there is no naira currency available.
It's like they're negotiating to tell you how much we have for you today.
Yeah. So now you now go to POS, which is just like anybody down the street that gets a license. So if I wanted to pull out 10,000 naira, they would charge me 500 naira or maybe 700 naira. Any POS that you go to, some of them will say they can't give you 10,000, they can give you 5,000. If I pull out 50, if I say, okay, I want 50,000 naira, they'll say, oh, we're going to charge you 1,500.
That's so unstable.
You go to this gas station, they're like, oh, because you're paying for the gas, you're going to have to take 200 naira. So I pay maybe 30-something thousand naira to fill up the gas. They'll automatically subtract 200 naira because I was using my card to pay.
That sounds like life on Ethereum.
I think this shit is coming to America, though. So there's something called POS. Actually, I don't even know what it is. So I actually think this is in America already, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
So this is our response to the viewers comment, because we'll try to make sure that we give our feedback to Brandon Smith, to you guys watching us. This is a fact. If you try to go to the bank and withdraw $100,000 and see what the bank tells you, what does the bank say?
$100,000?
Yes,
I think the
cash. $100,000 cash.
The IRS probably need your blood sample for that one.
The bank will tell you they don't have it, come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Something is going on in Nigeria already, right? They are trying to limit the amount of cash available out there. Yeah. If you try to withdraw money from your Venmo or from your Zelle, what's the daily limit?
There is limits everywhere.
On Zelle, I think it's like a $5,000 limit. On Cash App, it's the $2,000 limit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. On Ally, I believe it's a $5,000 limit.
If you walk into the bank, I think it's 10,000. And
cash that you can pull out?
Yeah, you cannot withdraw more than 10,000. In fact, if you're going to withdraw more than 10,000 from the bank, then you have to answer a questionnaire like, what are you going to be doing with the money? Why are you withdrawing the money? Those type of things. But it's your money, and they're asking you what you're going to be doing with it. I think that at this point in time, it's only looking convenient because we're in a country that has a strong economy. If you crank that down to a level of poverty, you will see that it becomes more aggressive than like exactly what Double O was explaining there. Space, right? We are noticing that if you look at it, the IRS, right, they keep flip-flopping and keep trying to shift things. In many ways, you can, I know we also make videos talking about the IRS being confused and they don't know what they want to do, if they're going to be charging you if you send more than $10,000 or $600 and things like that.
Yeah, $600, anything over $600 on your Cash App account.
Yeah, I think in another perspective, right, to consider is that these people are doing these things to test the general public's sentiment on it. If, say, for example, if they propose something like that and there's an actual uproar, then they know that they have reached the threshold of, of breaking into a chaotic situation. But when they propose these things, and people don't respond to it,
do anything about it,
right? It is because it is still within that zone of convenience. So they know that they can push up to that limit. Down the line, it's going to happen. I don't think that these people just do things to just do it. So this is why we say this is interesting and it's definitely coming to America.
Well, like I said,
it's already here.
I think in developing countries, they feel the pain a lot more because of the flow of the cash or the money.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. But in America, I believe it's here already. I just gave you examples. It's just that we are not feeling the pain yet. Kind of like it took us a while to feel the pain of inflation.
Yeah.
With the increase of interest rates.
Yeah.
Americans are not feeling the pain that it costs them to want to withdraw money from their bank accounts. And the bank is saying they don't have their money.
Exactly.
Even the systems that we have that are supposed to be fast, PayPal put a limit, Venmo put a limit. Are they trying to prevent a bank run, or are they literally trying to prevent cash flow so they can slowly move us into CBDCs? That's another question, right?
Yeah, I think the CBDC thing. To be honest with everyone, I'm really not worried about CBDCs. I'm just not. I don't think that that's something that can be successful. I think that you have a situation where these people are trying to protect the current configuration that they have, which is this fiat economy. It is losing money. The dollar is losing its power at a rate of, I don't know, whatever the fastest currency that has dipped might have been. Maybe not at that rate, but it is definitely in that trajectory. Because when you sanctioned a bunch of countries around the world and now they are off the SWIFT system and the system keeps moving. I mean, we're going to actually be doing some videos next week, right? And you see some bankers coming out, consistently pointing out their concerns about the dollar system and about the banking system in America. This thing is a reality. I think that, but there's not going to be someone on the finish line with a trophy letting you know, oh yay, Bitcoiners or crypto holders, you've made it. These are the things that you have to be able to identify the wins when you see it. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this crypto economy, Bitcoin as well, is winning. This is why we are seeing concerns from these people. This is why we're seeing BlackRock buying the same thing that they called a scam forever. How do you guys create an ETF for something that is a scam? It just does not add up. So we must recognize these things and we must see the change happening. I mean, outside of America, we already know that this is a reality, right? Say like Nigeria, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Despite all of these things that are happening there and the government trying to push the CBDC and everything, how has that affected crypto and Bitcoin?
As a matter of fact, people did not adopt the e-Naira. So they're currently going through a rebranding of trying to use the stablecoin ideology, which is still kind of like a central bank currency, but that's the current approach that they're using. But I have to say this, though. It's very important that people know why we talk about Bitcoin on a regular basis, because no one can tell you that you cannot transfer your Bitcoin anyway if you have it in your own wallet.
Absolutely.
They can tell you the limit or the amount of Bitcoin that you can send.
Absolutely. Well, as we wrap up this conversation here, guys, we would like to hear from you. If you have any questions, any interesting things you want to know, and actually on this one, Double, I think I thought of some things that we can share here. Yeah. Some of the interesting moments that you had in this bear market. And I think I'm going to also share some of the interesting things that might find to be my most interesting experience in this bear market. I would like from you guys as well. What was your most interesting moment? Or it could be a great one. It could be a learning moment that you experienced in this bear market. Please drop it in the chats. I'm really curious to know what that was like, what that is for you all there. Going back to this CBDC thing, I lived in Texas for, 8 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see someone actually release a CBDC in Texas. That is mind-blowing to me.
Texas of all places.
That would be mind-blowing to me. I mean,
talking of Texas,
how these people operate.
Trump just came out and said that it's not going to, if president, that it was not going to allow any CBDC. Do you trust Trump to be the president that
I don't care, man. Trump can say whatever he wants. I mean, I'll probably vote for him for just saying that statement, but I'm not expecting anything from him, to be honest. But I think he also knows that those are some things that he needs to say if he wants to win.
Get the vote.
So we're dealing with people with extreme strategies, man. I cannot really take anything that they say at face value. I think that you have to look at it and go, well, how is this benefiting this person to say this thing? It's the same thing, like I was saying about the IRS coming out. The IRS knows that they do not create rules. They know that they do not create the laws. But they'll come out and say, hey, if you send more than 10,000, you have to report it within 15 days. Well, if no one responded to that, they're like, oh, okay. They know that they can actually now, Congress can actually now pass that law and no one will actually say anything. True, it's almost like a test of the crazy ideas that they have. Yeah, absolutely. Look at the climate change thing, right? They kept pushing and pushing and pushing with it until we got to the point where, you have something like X, where people can now share information across the world. And did you notice that they pivot now to handling the disinformation?
Yeah, actually, the climate change, they're getting a major pushback from the Dutch, the German, the French.
Exactly.
Come on, American farmers, what are you guys waiting for?
Exactly.
So now it's misinformation. They're coming for us now on X.
Exactly. All these mind games these people want to play, man. We have El Demnam El in the house. Good morning, Stack Brothers. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Mondays are like vegetables, man.
Eat your vegetables.
It's good for you, but you only want it like once a week because it's not that tasty. Incredible. Well, most interesting moments in the bear market.
I think my bear market started with this exactly the same crap with this GBTC. Is it October 2021? With the futures ETF as well.
Yeah.
I was done. I sold all my. Hey, this is one of the first times I will say this again. I think I've said it before. I've reaccumulated past the amount of Bitcoin that I had before, but I sold all my Bitcoin at the beginning of the bear market. Oh, you gotta do that to me.
I kid, brother. I kid. It's okay. I mean, listen, but you reaccumulated and you have strong Bitcoin holdings now. That's what it's
way
important.
Stronger than what I had before.
Exactly.
So I actually accumulated the entire way down. But the funny part of my accumulation, though, is that I thought I found the bottom at the point when it started lifting back up, and then we had another major hammer down. Right before FTX, I was like, yeah, we're at the bottom. Then I was like, let's go in dip. And I was like, nope.
Absolutely.
We're going further down.
I think that was definitely a learning moment because back then I remember we were on public and we were trying to preach the Bitcoin, what would you say, the Bitcoin gospel.
Man. On public, man, don't even go there.
We're preaching the Bitcoin gospel on public, and there was a bunch of people on there that's were all experts as well. But then the market started to drop, and all the experts started to fade away.
By the way,
early on.
By the way, before you go deep into that,
yeah,
when public started selling crypto, because remember they were not selling crypto before,
yeah,
and we were trying to expand our show on the channel. And I'm like, oh, yeah, about to start selling crypto. But guess what? You cannot hold your coin.
Yeah, you can't even hold your coin.
Your crypto on public.
It's like the Bitcoin.
It's like the ETF.
Yeah. That's madness.
And they charge a lot more, like their fees versus what is actually selling on the exchanges. It's a lot more, and they charge a higher fee.
Is it, man?
Thanks to Bucket Holding, whatever the company they use is.
It's okay. There's one opportunity for a cash grab, man.
And they canceled Solana and Cardano on the show. On their platform.
Yeah. Didn't they cancel everything now?
No. Bitcoin is still there. Ethereum is still there. Doge is still there.
In that case, my Bitcoin is still there. I need to go check on it. Right? Yeah, but I remember public. That was actually incredible. I'll tell you my interesting moments in this bear market. I think it's actually two moments for me, right? The first one was when I became too confident in the trade, and I was actually like $4,000 on a average trade, which was just absolutely not my plan. And I went to sleep, and I woke up. Went to sleep, and I woke up. And I remember I opened up my iPad and I looked at it, and it was just nothing was there. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm not signed in yet, right? So I go to sign in, and I'm like, oh, wait, I am signed in. I refreshed the page, and it was gone. It was an interesting moment because I think that when that happened, it was a defining moment where I grew as a trader and investor whatever you want to call it. I became more stoic about a lot of things, and it's actually put me in the place where I think differently about losing. You know, for some people, that is something that can be, the end type, but
like converting $1,000 to $10,000 in 1 week.
Exactly.
Trading altcoins on Mex.
Yeah, exactly. But that was just a mini one. But what I think is for me the biggest one. What I think has been the biggest, I guess the biggest, how would you say, experience, or for me this bear market is more so how I balance, how I navigate communication in the space. You see, I'm still a Bitcoiner first. That's for sure. Bitcoin is definitely still my main objective, right? But we also have to be able to now, discourse with everyone else in the space, and also have to be able to experience all the other things that are happening in the blockchain space. The fanatic approach of just leaning heavily as a Bitcoin maxi, I don't think that that's the solution to these things.
You were mostly a maxi for the longest, though.
Yeah, I was definitely a maxi for a very long time. But I think that it was necessary for me to be a maxi in order to really get a deep understanding of Bitcoin and the things that it's trying to accomplish. So, but being a maxi has its downsides, and that is the fact that everyone else, it's almost like this chauvinistic
use that word
approach.
You ain't shit,
right? Yeah, exactly. It's and that's how a lot of them communicated back in the day. It was something that these people actually made it seem like this is okay to be a toxic person in this point in time because of this Bitcoin thing. But these are things that you also have to reconcile with who you are as a person and your morals, etc. So after that period, especially when I went off with a bunch of Bitcoiners in the Twitter space, right? I think that I had to now find a balance between staying with that strong Bitcoin message and being able to communicate with people who are also engaged in other projects in the blockchain space or crypto space, if you will. And I think that I'm slowly striking that balance. It was definitely an interesting learning moment, a moment of growth for me. And I think that I'm better for it. And it actually allows me to be able to communicate with people in this space on a different level versus just, I just think that these things are important and important to also share because you never know who's out there that could be needing to find this sort of balance as well in their life. Your thoughts on that?
Actually, I think it makes a lot of sense that you went through that because remember it was Cardano that brought it into the space.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Charles disappointed majorly. Literally, man. The amount of money I have in Cardano, it's enough to buy a used car.
Oh man, don't worry, it's gonna come back.
You were like, sell it and buy Bitcoin. Like, nope, it's going to come back. I don't even know if it's gonna come back at this point, but that's that story, right? But then you were like, Kenny, no, we need to just focus on Bitcoin and Bitcoin only.
Yeah.
Yes, and we actually put the gear down.
Yeah.
And we focus. You know what was funny? It'll be interesting to go back and talk to everybody that we gave $5, $10 worth of Bitcoin. Remember, throughout the entire bear market, we were giving that.
This
Bitcoin.
is true. We gave away a lot of Bitcoin during the bear market as a way to get people to understand Bitcoin.
As a matter of fact, we have a video on our channel right now.
Yeah,
that promises Bitcoin, but you have to go and look for that video and put a comment.
Easter egg, folks. Easter eggs, folks. If you find the video, send a link to us on Twitter. And we'll send you some Bitcoin. We don't know how much Bitcoin it will be,
but we'll send you Bitcoin. For sure.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, absolutely. I think that is, it's part of the experience. The space is always growing, and I think that we should all be growing with it as well as people, instead of just picking one side and just,
Talking of growing, part of the growing process, it requires you to go ahead and click the like and subscribe button.
Yes, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Very interesting one here. BK Crypto in the house. By the way, over the weekend, We got to hang out with the BK crew all the way from Bronx. Is it no, Brooklyn? Jeez, I'm messing up. Yeah, I was thinking.
I'm wearing the BK Crypto shirt, by the way. They have some merch on
yes, please be sure to check out their website, BK Crypto. We are definitely teaming up with this amazing team to be able to continue providing value to society. One thing we need to really understand is that this era that we are in, and the reason why I'm kind of saying these things this way is because the future of finance is in our hands. Okay, there's a lot of government systems in place as we
they're trying to take it over though.
Around, right? There's a lot of government systems in place that are enslaving our
value,
our money, and it is up to us as a people to take control of our financial future. This is something that I'm taking extremely seriously. It's a matter of life and death for some people, you know. So as time goes on, right, we want to make sure that we are definitely
aligned with the right group of people.
Yeah, and definitely doing our part to continuously bring value to everyone. So if you guys, you know, rock with us, rock with the stuff we're doing, and many of the other things that are going to be coming up, please share our content with your friends and family. Share, like it, subscribe to our channels and things like that. And we're going to keep working hard to bring value. I mean, I'm happy about the things that we're working on right now. And I think that this is part of the things that will make that difference as we begin to transform. Because to be honest with you, I'm tired of playing this traditional institution game garbage, man.
We just showed you a video about the banks locking your money up and you can't access it.
Exactly, right. You know, they sit there and just pump out thousands of articles every day, misguiding people, and so you don't really know what is the truth anymore. So I think as human beings, we have to be serious with ourselves, man.
Push back.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't push back, just take your own finances serious. Take your own financial future very seriously, because if you want to keep listening to these news articles and what the SEC is doing today and what BlackRock is going to do tomorrow, you're going to be a spectator. Okay.
We did the funny video this weekend. You're going to get roasted. While being comfortable.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's it, man. I mean, no one left any comments. No one asked about anything. So,
well, y'all just quiet the entire bear market, man. Y'all didn't buy anything.
Man, they're captivated by the hats. Is what it is. Well, in that case, then we're gonna wrap this one up. But we just wanted to just take this time out to just talk, share a different perspective of things, and we'll keep on crushing it and keep on pushing. And we hope you do the same as well. I think El liked my analogy about Monday is a vegetable. Yeah. He says, wow. Right. Not Up Ink in the house. He says, peace to you, brother. Incredible stuff. Right. We have ensoharter.btc.eth. Is that your actual address? Or
of course it's not gonna give us that address. It's just letting us know that he loves Bitcoin and Ethereum.
He's letting us know that the guy's in the house. All right. He says, love y'all. Keep producing the good alpha. Yes, sir. We certainly will continue doing that. It's what we're born to do. We'll keep doing it. Enzo says, I jumped on BTC and stacks at 0.20. Great DeFi space. 0.20. Where is stacks at now?
Oh.
Let's see. Before we go.
STX. Yeah, 0.60.
What is the ticker for these stacks?
STX. Come on, man. How you don't know stacks?
Guy, and I tell you that I'm not buying
STX USDT. Yeah, I know you were.
Yeah, bro.
It's a layer 2 coin. Bitcoin layer 2 coin.
I am not paying attention. Is what I'm telling you. Oh, wow. Good alpha, sir. Good alpha. Keep it going.
It's like at the major support level right now.
Oh, snap. Listen, man. Enzo is heavy in the profits, my boy. Well done. Sheesh. Yes, sir. That's a good trade. Man. I love it. Love to see it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me remove this one here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. Okay, we are also on X at StackFin. and of course stack on what did they call this thing again? Spotify. Right? Incredible. Yeah, definitely eat your vegetables, drink water, all that good stuff. Until next time, brazen out.
Double O out.
Hey.